Hello and welcome to the TMC Newsroom. My name is Rich Tehrani. Thanks for watching. We're in San Jose this week speaking with some of the best and brightest companies in California. And on our program is Keith Higgins, the CMO of Symphony. And Keith, welcome.
Thank you, Rich. Thanks for having me. It's good to see you again.
Yeah, you too. So this is your first time speaking to us at Symphony, and so I figured maybe you can start at the top and tell us who Symphony is.
Sure. Symphony Services is a company close to 10 years old that's really in the business of providing strategic R&D assistance to people who make software. So we fundamentally think our business is helping people deliver great software products. We do that through a variety of services, process, people, that today really is tied around two or three main themes. One is these software manufacturers now have to make their software mobile, especially in the enterprise space, because they're competing with a very different consumer experience today that they'd like to close that gap. The other one is SaaS enablement, or software as a service. Today, less than 5% of software is delivered in that model, even though we talk about it a lot. And as you have your iPad here, optimizing software for all these different connected devices. Some people have predicted 50 billion devices in the next few years will be connected. How do you deliver software to all those devices in a really compelling user experience? So that's what we help people do. We help from everything from designing a user experience all the way through to, in some cases, taking over entire products and managing that life cycle for our customers.
So your customer base sounds fairly broad, right? From device companies to software companies to...
That's
so walk
right.
us through all the different kinds of customers.
Sure. So our main market is software manufacturers. So we do work with people like Microsoft and SAP and some of the bigger companies you would think of in that space. We do a lot of work on the device side and some really interesting devices, personal health management, for example. So we do some work in that space where we help make the entire basically device and provide that to some of our customers. This one I can't particularly name, but in connected health and personal health management, there's a lot of investment going on. A lot of people are very interested in tying their health and fitness to their electronic devices. And then the other space that we do business with is the enterprise sector. The enterprise sector, in terms of how they deploy software, how they move to mobility, things like device management. So we work with partners in those spaces and help them deploy and operate and optimize those engagements.
So at what point should someone call you if they're a potential customer? How do they know? When do they get you involved in the process?
Usually fairly early in the process. Many of our customers today are looking to rebalance their R&D dollars towards new products, towards innovation. So we have a lot of services that can drive out cost to some of the very mature software development processes like quality management or sustaining engineering. And then as they redirect those dollars towards new areas like enterprise mobility, for example, we provide software frameworks and we provide other process and domain expertise to help them get those newer products to market faster. So there's really a couple of dimensions that are good times to call us. One is, when you're really thinking about how to rebalance your R&D spend and slant it more towards innovative new products. And two is, from a cost perspective, where can you find some dollars in the development cycles that historically haven't been available? And quality management is one of those. As that really moves towards more of a cloud model, there's a lot of cost to be driven out. So those are really the two dimensions.
And you really have to become a partner, it sounds like, with the customers that you work with.
That's exactly right. Almost all of our customers are on multi-year engagements with us and significant partnerships. In many cases, we're putting resources on site. So it really is a partnership. We like to say that we help co-create, fantastic software products with our customers.
And how do customers gauge the ROI before they sign? How do they know that they're going to benefit?
That's a great question, and the answer is what we call outcome certainty. So a lot of times when people have worked with service organizations, it's a model where you pay for a certain set of capabilities or services. In the way that we work most often with customers, we agree on an outcome. So we agree on a reduction in R&D expenses, we agree on a reduction in bug counts, we agree on an improvement in margin, an improvement in renewal rates. So many times we start with the end result. What is the customer really hoping to do in terms of driving out costs, getting to market faster, new product innovation, and then we agree to those up front, and that's really the model. So it helps us get around the ROI discussion.
And why is your company able to do it better? Is it a core competency, being able to learn from other companies that are similar? How does that work?
I think the services industry is going through a big transformation from the mile-wide, inch-deep approach to a very specialized approach. As communications and software and internet and all these markets become very complex, lots of new technologies, you really need to be an expert in those technologies to be able to guarantee an outcome, to be able to understand it. So we've been focusing for 10 years really on software product development. I think we're the only company that can say that. And now as we've introduced some newer capabilities like enterprise mobility and others, many customers are coming to us to get a jump start in some of these innovative new areas.
Great. I just want to close saying that it's Symphony Services and it's symphonysv.com, right?
That's exactly right.
Thanks for being on the program.
Thank you, Rich. Appreciate it.
Great job.